name is Jeff Kinney, and if you don't know him, he wrote the Wimpy Kid Series. That's his tour bus right there. Got Manny and Greg Heffley and Raleigh Jefferson. But I have all his books, and I'm a huge fan of his. Let's check it out.
How are you doing tonight? Thank you so much for coming out tonight. I'm so excited to be here in Houston for the first night of the Wrecking Ball show. So let's hear it for... This is going to be a lot of fun. So I want to thank all the families who came out on a school night. I want to especially thank Blue Willow Bookshop, your local independent bookseller, for putting this together. Let's hear it for them. Okay, since 2007, I've been a published author since 2007. And I discovered last year that I'm kind of telling the same speech year after year. I'm telling about how I became an author. It kind of got boring for me. I think maybe it got a little bit boring for the audience too. So we decided to actually put on a show. And this is the Wrecking Ball show. We decided to mix it up a little bit here. Now, this show is actually under construction. So it's under construction. It's our first night. We haven't really practiced that much. So things could go wrong. You may have noticed we're on a construction site with lots of dangerous power tools and things like this. Maybe this wasn't such a good idea, actually. I'm starting to get a little bit of cold feet. Maybe we shouldn't do this. I'll just do a regular speech. No? Okay, before we start, I am going to tell you a few rules. Let's talk about how the show is going to end. Okay, there are 4 ways the show can end. Number 1 is if a kid cries, right? That would be sad. I think I heard somebody crying already, right? Okay, number 2 is if somebody gets hurt.
No.
You know, stay away from the power tools, this big table saw, for example. Number 3 is if Jeff cries, right? That would be very sad. And let's see, the 4th way can end. We don't have this room forever. So the time is up when we hear this sound. Okay? Yes. That means the show is over. No matter where we are in the show, because we can't get to everything, we have to end the show when we hear that sound. Now, I can't guarantee your safety, but I can guarantee that this will be a very unique experience. That's because every Wrecking Ball show that we do, and we're going to do about 11, is going to be randomly generated. And how? We're going to do it by a wheel, all right? We are really going to roll the dice and see what we get. Okay, let's see the different things that can happen. Let's start down here. Okay, if we land on this little head, we do dumpster diving. Here's our dumpster, right? We land here. I'll tell you about how I became an author, but I'll get it over really quickly. If we land here, we're going to do a build battle. I don't hear any Fortnite players. Okay, yeah. It's not Fortnite. It's not Fortnite. Okay, up there, we have Drawing with Jeff. Right up there, we have a question and answer. Over here, we have a trivia challenge. Over here, we'll have a dance break. That sounds interesting. Right here, we'll get an awesome, friendly surprise. And before we get to the last circle there, which has dollar signs in the eyes, if you've read the first few pages of this book, you'll discover that the Heffley family gets an inheritance from their great aunt, right? And Greg's really thrilled. So if we land on this circle, somebody's going to inherit my money, okay? All right. All right, so I don't know what's gonna happen. I swear I don't. I swear I don't. I'm a little bit nervous, but we're gonna give the wheel a spin. Are we ready?
Yeah!
Here we go. And we landed on the story of my life. Okay, I love reading comic books. My favorite comics were Donald Duck comic books. I grew up loving comic books, but then I wanted to become a cartoonist, a comic strip artist. And so I love comics by Charles Schultz and Lincoln Curtis, who does Big Nate. Right, so I decided in college to create my very own comic strip. It was called AVIverse, and here's what it looked like. This strange looking character with these big eyes, this big nose, these big ears. Is it true? Be my guest. All right. I don't know if it works, but okay. Things are getting strange here. Okay, let's give this another spin. Here we go. We land on drawing with Jeff. Okay. This should be pretty fun. Okay, I'm going to show you how to draw. I use a laptop or an I start with, some kid just said, I have that app, it's Sketches. Yeah, I think it costs about like $2.
Oh yeah, we have
right? And then a big nose. Elmo, he said. Okay, interesting. I don't know if I should take that as a compliment, all right? And he's got really big lips. It's showing up, right? Okay, good. I'm getting lots of cracks from the peanut gallery here. Okay, did that guy leave yet? All right, he's still there, that's weird. Okay, here we go. Big ears. Everything about this character was big. He was short, but all of his features were really big. And he had this weird little bump right here. And so, this, when I was writing in 1992, is what my character, AVIverse, looked like. All right, very important. Always remember, kids, to sign your work, so that's my signature. And if you have my book plate, I signed every one of them. Okay, so that's my character, AVIverse. What I learned about cartooning along the way is that I learned that cartooning is the art of simplicity. So sometimes I would have AVIverse draw himself in his comics. And so he really simplified himself. So let me show you what that looked like. So he had 2 eyes, much more simple, right? Okay. And his nose, he wanted to make himself look better looking, right? So his nose was more simple too, right? And can you see where this is going yet? Okay.
That's Greg.
That's right.
Greg Heffley.
Okay, it's Greg Heffley. He's got a little dent in his head for some reason, but it's hard to draw in class, you know? All right, here we go. And actually, we'll leave it right like that for now because I want to show you, I want to talk more about cartooning and simplicity. So we have this one Greg head here, right? Let's see if I can duplicate it. Okay, and here I'll draw, his mouth is sort of open. It's almost a peanut shape in a way, or a lima bean maybe, right? Okay. There we go, Greg's angry there maybe. And then here, I'll draw kind of the same shape. All right, now, I'm gonna say Greg's talking. So with just a few lines, Greg looks really different from drawing to drawing. And I can make these little subtle changes. For example, we feel differently about Greg now. How does he feel?
Happy.
Tired, right? I'd say if he was sick, maybe I'd put these little bubbles above his head, these little bursting bubbles. Now you really know he's sick. Now he's like a little bit angry but pleased with himself, right? Here, I'm not sure what expression this is down the lower left, so I'm gonna add, right? I'm gonna add some lines. Yeah, now I'd say he's scared. If I really wanted to sell it, right? He's got really wide eyes, wide pupils. So there are all these little signs, these little symbols and signals that a cartoon gives you, the cartoonist gives you to tell you how you should feel about the character. And I really like the idea that as a cartoonist, you're trying to use as few lines as possible, right? To make the biggest impact, as few lines as possible. Let's sort of ignore what's going on here. Okay, here we go. Let's get this wheel spin. Oh. My heart just stopped right there. Now, why are you guys raising your hand? Right? You have no idea what you're getting yourself into. Right? They have a home renovation, they get a dumpster in their front yard. Unfortunately, this has happened on our stage. 9 of Greg's beloved items have gone into the dumpster. And yes, I want to invite 2 children on stage. You're too eager. Okay, how about you? And then let's get a team member to get somebody from back over there, Vanessa. Yep, she's gonna pick. She's the one. Here we go. We're starting with a reading is fun banner. It's a giant reading is fun banner. Oh, she's got it. Okay, excellent. All right. Next item. A diary. Can you find the diary? She got it. All right. Next item is the tattle turtle. It's Greg's tattle turtle. Is that it? That's it. The tattle turtle is done. Next is baby Alfredo. Baby Alfredo. You have to fill the whole card. You have to fill the whole card. Oh wait, let me see this. You guys, this is what happens if you leave a baby doll in the dumpster. It's very disturbing. Here you go. Okay, so what do we have next? Remember, you have to fill the whole card. We have Rowley Jr. Oh, we have Rowley Jr. Okay, what's next? Tingy. This is Manny's so white and she finds it. Okay? And we have the piece of cheese. Where's the cheese? They can't find the cheese. Does anybody have a full card yet? No? We don't have 9 items. She's got the cheese. Is that cheese? Okay, there we go. And we have the sweaty dog bowl. And